Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now it's time for your weekend tech tip, brought to you by Chevy Silverado.
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got Don New and Chris Bertopoulos. Chris brought in a tech tip for us this week. Very interesting. And I won't elaborate too much on where this kind of comes from, but you're a professional guide. You're out there during the buoy 10 season, spring Chinook season. You're running all kinds of different baits. You got 5, 6, 7 rods going in the boat, so you're able to experiment. And you are very well known, as you know, for doctoring up some of your flashers, plugs, different things, stuff for baits. You brought in the new cut plug from recently released cut plug from Yakima Bait. And kind of give us what your thoughts are on that and why that's a little bit different than what your typical setup might be.
So this is the new, newer, relatively new Yakima Bait cut plug.
Mm-hmm. Keep it right in here if you can, so everybody can see it. Okay. There you go.
And they have a couple sizes out now. There's a 2.5 and a 3.0.
Yep, here's
the larger 3.0 right here. Mm-hmm. So I started playing with it when it first came out, and I've had some very good success with it.
Sure.
It's pretty much stock right out of the package, yes. But I also like to tinker with things and add eyeballs and stuff, and the eyeball is always a big thing to me.
It is.
A real herring has an eye.
Yeah.
Actually, it has two.
Mm-hmm.
So why not stick a glow eye on there or a reflective eye? Makes it look a little bit more realistic. Another thing that I really like about these Yakima Bait cut plugs is that you can interchange the top head with the body, and you can come up with some really cool color combinations. You can put a little
People
hoochie
take that really
it.
serious too. I mean, they
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's a neat part of it. But one thing that has helped me out too is get a hold of some of the VIP micro tubing off of the VIP website, and add some micro tubing in there. You can do pieces or chunks of micro tubing and a bead or two at each end.
And that just helps you establish a good setback so it doesn't interfere.
You want to
with
get some distance so that the tip of the cut plug does not hit the hook point. I don't know if you can see that there, but you want to have it just beyond the hook point so it spins nice. One other thing that I've done that I've had some pretty good success with, and as you can maybe see here, is I've added another hole to it to get a little bit tighter spin. That can be achieved with a tiny little drill bit, or you can get a really sharp, big old straight point hook and actually poke a hole through there, which I've done numerous times, but the drill bit works fine too. But that way you can tinker with getting a little bit tighter roll, and that has helped me tremendously. So I've fished these since buoy 10s. Actually, I started fishing them spring Chinook season, caught a couple fish on them during spring Chinook season. They moved into buoy 10, then I did really well with them at buoy 10, and then I took them to Tillamook and a little bit at Nehalem and out in the ocean after that, and they have been a very big part of my arsenal of lures that I fish.
Now, there's a lot of people that say the same thing. Where it gets different is how you've ultimately adjusted how you can get different spins.
Yeah.
What is that for your eyeball? We've got a couple of minutes here, so when you're looking at it, what is it you're trying to compare it to decide, okay, I want to see a little bit different spin than, say, stock right out of the box?
Yeah. So anybody who's done any amount of herring fishing has heard the term bullet roll, bullet spin,
drill bit spin.
Yeah. What you're looking for is a tight roll, not a big wobble and not a big tail spin. That's not what we're looking for. You're looking for that bullet roll, that drill bit spin.
When you're fishing cut plug herring?
Yes, when you're fishing plug cut herring. Well, these are here to imitate a plug cut herring.
That's correct.
And so when you put it in the water and you can get that real tight little bullet roll, that it just looks good to the eye.
Sure.
And
especially to a herring fisherman.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody I know I've done it, and I know you've done it. We've all done it. Anybody who's done any amount of herring fishing, you can cut yourself a fresh plug cut, put it in the water, and you could go, oh, that one's going to get bit.
You're not going to see that again unless it's in the fish's face.
So you want to keep that down there. Sometimes you'll even fish it for an extra half an hour because it's still rolling well. That spin that you know, that's what we're trying to achieve here.
Okay, and so you just put an extra hole in there, offset it a little bit, high left, it looks like?
A little bit above and a little more center.
Okay, fair enough. It's certainly something to play with. That's a tech tip from Chris Bertopoulos to you. He's a professional guide. 99% of professional guides would hold tips like that to their chest so tight you'd have to really fight it off of them. So we appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
And from day one, there were thoughts on that. So you definitely tapped into something that's very relevant. Last thoughts for the upcoming banquet on the 6th of December at A in Ridgefield.
Ridgefield.
There was a thought that you had before we came back from that last break. What was going on?
Oh, well, first of all, I'd be remiss not to thank this show and Owen and his family, his daughter. His daughter basically started our online merchandise store, and now she was under this counter, and now she's talking.
Yes, okay.
Anyway, thank you for doing this. It's been great. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the auction items.
You got 30 seconds to do.
Oh, the live auction. We got a case that has 12 iconic fishermen and women in a case that Alex Brower is making. It's a lighted shadow. It would be one of a kind. It has a plug. It was the plug. If you could have one more plug to fish with, it would be that plug with a nameplate and the name of the plug. One off, one of a kind. We have Cabo San Lucas, Airbnb. The Edge people have thrown in a saltwater rod with that. 16 or 17 really great live things. But don't forget gifts.
Sorry to cut you off. Christmas is coming. You got to think of gifts, and it's a great way to do it. We'll be back in just a minute to wrap things up. Don't go anywhere. We got your deal of the week for Fisherman's Marine. Woo!